I need to make this very clear. These trades that we were about to show you, I did not make up.
Okay.
They all come
Are they
from
that
Bleacher
bad
Report.
that you have to qualify it?
No, I just don't want people thinking I'm trying to necessarily trade Donovan Mitchell.
So who made them up?
It's
Some
from Bleacher
guy
Report.
at Bleacher Report.
Bleacher Report.
A Bleacher Report contributor,
Who?
not
We
to
know
be
his
named.
name? Can we put a name to
It's
it?
Bleacher Report's NBA staff.
Okay, whatever.
It was not me, even though I do work for Bleacher Report. This was not me. I want to clarify.
right.
This was not me, even though I would take some of these deals.
So it was
I
not
did
you.
Not come
So
up
it
with
was not you.
No, not
Okay.
Mike Lucas. Do not put this
All right.
on me.
Well, you've
I'm going to
clarified.
present you these Donovan Mitchell trades courtesy of
Wait a
Bleacher
second.
Report.
You said you would make some of these trades. How many of these 5 would you make?
At least 2,
Okay, very good. Let's see it.
including the first one.
Wow.
If the Spurs called and offered Dylan Harper and Devin Vassell for Donovan Mitchell, and you were Koby Altman, you would say what?
Yes.
I would too. I think Dylan Harper has a chance to be the single best guard in the NBA in the next 4 years. I want him in my team.
And they're both young, right?
Vassell's like 24, yeah, and Harper's 19 years old.
You said 24 as if that's old.
Well, he's been in the league a couple of years, but he's not
Oh,
old. No.
but Donovan's 30, right?
Hey,
Yes.
here's what I'm gonna do. I need.
I'm doing this deal though.
I need a pick though. I need a pick. I need a
Getting
pick.
greedy.
Nah, I'm cool. Nah, I need a pick. Nah, bro. I'm gonna give you a first team All NBA player. I get.
Well, he's
Dylan.
second team this year.
Well, okay, second team.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give you that. Plus, you already got Wemby. Like, what? Well, hey, we'll put Castle in there.
I'll be honest. If the Cavs called the Spurs and said Donovan for Harper straight up, if the money worked, the Spurs would hang up and say no way.
Well, I mean,
Spurs wouldn't make this trade.
Spurs would not make
All
that
right. Well,
deal.
I'm gonna shake their hand then. Bro.
I wouldn't make this trade if I were the Spurs. I mean,
I
I'm
agree.
already in the finals with all these young guys. Why am I, I mean, I guess if they lost the finals,
Hey
maybe.
man, I'm channeling my inner Andrew
So
Barry.
you making it a yes or no? You ain't answering.
Nah,
He's out. I'm in. Earl?
I need a pick.
Mike and I are in.
Hey, Mike,
He
what you
pushes
think
out.
I'm gonna say before I answer?
I think you're gonna say no, but deep down you'd say yes.
No, I ain't gonna lie to you. I make that trade in a heartbeat. I make that trade in a heartbeat. Hey,
And
I'm
Earl
like
was
Mike.
the one before the break who
Hey.
said, I don't want to hear any of these trades.
I'm like Mike. Dylan Harper is him. You
Yeah.
hear me? He is him.
I mean, give me the numbers.
Listen, Ryan Harper, who his son will be better than him when it's all said and
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
Give me. Can I get the numbers from Mr. Harper? Can I get the numbers?
And then if you make that trade, you're not trading Mobley,
He's
right?
19. He's 19 years old. G, having an impact right now in the NBA Finals.
man,
He was their
In the
best
playoffs.
player in the game.
Man,
in the game.
I-
one.
man.
He's 19 years old.
I
having
feel
a
like if you made
significant
that trade,
impact.
you'd have to get rid of James Harden, wouldn't you?
I keep y'all. Why y'all filibustering on these numbers, bro?
Sorry,
Don't
go
do
ahead.
that.
In the regular season,
Yeah.
he played 22 minutes a game. So he's playing 22 minutes. He averaged 12 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 4 assists in 22
That's
minutes.
a lot.
Give-
Averaging 22
Hey,
minutes.
give me Vassell's numbers. Can we get them? Can we get them?
Vassell's numbers this season. Vassell played 30 minutes, averaged 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2.5 assists, shot 39% from the floor, and is a 6'6", 210-pound wing.
Okay, that's cool. No,
Yeah.
they gotta give me some more than that.
One more.
I
All
want
right.
more.
All right, that was the first one. We both said yes, or 3 of us said yes. G said no.
Yeah.
The next deal, it's a deal with the Rockets. If they called and offered Jabari Smith Jr., Reed Shepard, Dorian Finney-Smith, and a 2027 first-round pick for Donovan Mitchell, and you were Koby Altman, you would say
absolutely.
I'm saying no, although I don't know Reed Shepard. What's his deal?
he was the 3rd overall pick 2 years ago.
Has been
Young
any good?
guard,
No,
shooter. I would say no to this deal.
no.
I'll
This is
say
an
no.
immediate hang up for me.
Unless he was better than I thought.
I would say no, but Mike, you gotta agree. Reed got a clip.
Reed can shoot, but if I'm
Yeah,
Koby
I'm
Altman
saying no.
and they called me, I'm hanging up
Like
immediately.
Jabari Smith is very athletic.
No deal.
Yeah.
He's enticing. Finney-Smith don't move the needle. A 2027 first-round pick. I don't even really
Yeah,
know
it's a
what that
late
class
pick,
look
right?
like. It's a
Oh,
late
it's next
pick.
year. Yeah,
Yeah, like
Nah.
nah, not for Donovan Mitchell. He's a top 10.
We're saying goon
NBA
that.
player.
We're,
No.
no,
We're all across the board. We're
absolutely
Yeah.
not.
All right.
I went to sleep on this pick.
Yeah. Like you
we
said, we're
agree.
saying
All
goon
saying
that.
no to that one.
Yeah.
Rockets, thank you, but no thank you.
Or you could get one of the top
The
two
Rockets
teams.
would make
Look,
that trade,
Give me the
wouldn't they?
top
Rockets would
two.
make that trade, yes.
Going.
This one was interesting.
Okay.
Earl, I want to start with you on this one. 76ers called. Mike Ganzi, new president of basketball operations in Philadelphia, formerly Kobe's co-general manager, and offered VJ Edgecombe, coming off a terrific rookie season, Paul George to make the money work, and the number 26 pick in this year's NBA draft for Donovan Mitchell. Is this enough for you to say yes?
Absolutely not. Hey, listen, to my little brother, I mean no shade, man. But the hell with Paul George, man. Playoff P, Paulie G. No, I have no interest in Paul George being a part of my team at this point in his career. I look at that. That's nowhere near enough. That's not enticing. That's not appealing at all.
Will Edgecombe ever be as good as Donovan Mitchell is now?
Probably not.
Edgecombe had a terrific rookie season. He averaged 16 points, 6 rebounds, 4.5 assists as a 19-year-old
All right, but
rookie
answer my question.
in the NBA.
Do you think
I
Edgecombe
don't
will
think
ever
he
be
has,
as good as Donovan is now?
I don't think he's – Donovan wasn't a shooter coming out of Louisville.
Yeah.
And as young guys coming into the league, Edgecombe is pretty similar to the kind of player Donovan was, but no one saw Donovan becoming this level of a shooter. I don't think Edgecombe will get to that.
How big is he?
6'5", 185.
I'm an out.
It'd be so crazy because Edgecombe don't be looking that big, but he mad quick.
Yeah.
But this is not. This is not a deal.
Of everybody that was in that rookie class, right? Of course, Cooper Flagg was the class of it. I think Dylan Harper is a better player than Edgecombe.
I do too. And he was the
with
second
Dylan
pick.
Harper, you're getting a better second player.
Yeah, and Vassell.
Right, and like
Vassell,
the 26th pick, I know it's a good draft, but
I mean, Paul,
he's getting a good player at
I mean,
26.
we got picked 29, so what does 26 really do?
Yeah, right.
Paul
I would
90 years old.
Would you
I
do it?
would think about this. I eventually would say no.
You think about it.
I would think I would have no conversation.
So you got a
Immediate hang
yes,
up on
a
Houston.
quick no on the Rockets.
So this your
trade.
maybe?
This is
No, I would
it's a late no.
I would
It's
say
a
no,
delayed
but
no.
I'd have to have a conversation
That's
about
what
it.
he said.
Okay.
I'd have to have a
delay-
conversation.
I mean,
I'm delayed no.
I'm having Rosie pick up the phone. No, he is not here. He's asleep right now.
Number 4, Mike.
Number 4, this is with the New Orleans Pelicans.
We've been
For
talking
one of
about
my
trading with them
favorite
forever.
players,
Trey Murphy.
Jeremiah Fears, who was the 7th overall pick last season, Sadiq Bey, Kevon Looney to make the money work, and a 2028 round 1
I'm not
draft
doing
pick.
that. I want to win. This just doesn't. I mean,
Sadiq Bey? Sadiq Bey?
I'm not doing this.
All right, so this is tricky right here because I spend a lot of time with Mike, and Mike has literally talked to me about all
loves
these guys.
Trey. Yeah,
he
yeah.
loves Trey Murphy.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Fears is somebody that's really, really intriguing. I did stat graphics every year I've been working here for Sadiq Bey around the trade deadline,
Yeah.
have I not? So I'm pretty familiar with what that looks like. Man, you got you some wing players there. I don't know. I don't know. That see, for whatever reason, I'm thinking
about that
I'm
one?
thinking about that
That's
one.
a long thinker. Mike, where are you on this one?
This goes down to Jason's classic: do 4 quarters equal a
I was
dollar
just
in
going.
the
I was
NBA?
just going to say it
Because Trey Murphy's a really good player at the most important position in the sport, but
Yeah.
he's not Donovan. And Fears is an intriguing young player. Had a good rookie season on a very bad team. Bey, when he's healthy, can be good, but he's also always hurt.
Yeah.
Looney's way past his prime.
he never had a problem.
But what I would say, something we didn't,
Looney prime.
something we haven't really talked about during this conversation is: are we all in agreement now that the Cavs cannot win a championship with Donovan as their best player? Does anybody disagree with that?
No,
You don't disagree.
I don't.
Do you disagree?
I'm the dude. They
So
better change all this.
If we all agree that you can't win with Donovan Mitchell as your best player, I think we're all thinking, well, we got to go get Giannis. But if you can't get Giannis, then what other option do you have?
Nothing. You're gonna roll. Listen, I'm not making no moves just to make them.
Yeah.
Like I listen.
You're not going to just trade Donovan for a bunch of
we gonna
good
get
players.
I got to put people in the seats. We probably gonna
Yeah.
get smoked, and it is what it is. We'll get to maybe we win 2 more games closer to the finals.
Yeah.
But no, you can't win. None of these trades. As I watch the Knicks, it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We get him and change out Donovan. We about to no.
The Dylan Harper one to start. Harper has a chance to be a top 2-3 guy in the
I
league.
like that one because Vassell is already a good player, and Harper has a chance to be a great player.
Let me just let y'all know
But
something.
was that before you go
Go
on that?
ahead.
The reason
Go
I
ahead.
wouldn't do the New Orleans one
I didn't think
was
about
because
this.
if you get rid of Donovan and bring in Trey Murphy, you have no chance to win without a top 10 guy in the league. You need a top 10 guy in the NBA to win a championship in this era of the NBA. Without Donovan, your best player, even if you're as high on Evan Mobley as I am, is like 19 to 21. Like, you're just not winning a championship if that's your best player. So at the end of the day, Do I think Donovan could 100% be a number one on a championship team? No, I don't. I've lost the confidence in Donovan being that 1A apex predator. But Trey Murphy's not that. Mobley's not that. Harden at this stage of his career is not that. You put yourself further back without getting the future return of a guy like Harper. Gee, what were you going to say?
Man, I don't like Trey Murphy, Trey Young, Trey Songz. It don't matter. None of them ain't getting it done. It's not, no Treys is getting it done. So here's the thing. And here's about Dylan Harper. Now, look, we talk about Vassell and Harper. They not even in the top 3 players on their squad. Yeah, you looking good.
I don't know, dude. Have you watched Harper lately?
I watched him cook.
He was the best player on the Spurs in game 1 of the finals.
Why are you being so polite? Would you just flat out tell G he tripping right now?
Ain't no tripping. Y'all Dookie jerks.
You kind of tripping.
No. Listen, see, Bull always got a thing.
Did you watch the game, G?
I watched all them games.
Did you watch the NBA Finals game 1?
I picked the Spurs. Did
you have your glasses on? Was your eyes not working?
One game. You got one 19-year-old who been cooking. I seen Evan Mobley cook when he was 19. I seen a bunch of people cook. Matter of fact, he got Wemby on his team. How hard is it to cook with Wemby? They got Castle and Wemby, right?
True.
So now you come off the bench and look cute and nice.
That's a good point.
19.
That's fair.
Guess what? Put him in the starting lineup and see what he do against.
That is a fair
Celtics.
point, Mike.
What are we doing? He's not even third best player.
It is easier to look better when you have super. Remember,
that's fair, but Wemby played terrible in game 1, and Castle was 7 of 16, and Harper was the only reason.
And Vassell missed every 3-point shot he took.
Remember Paul Kruger? Remember Paul Kruger?
Right.
He was on the Ravens.
Hey, when we
he
signed
put up big numbers.
Hey, when we signed him, I was like, it's
to the Browns. He was great when he was playing with great players. Came to the Browns where he was supposed to be the guy that stung.
Are you worried with Jared Verse about that, Bull?
What's that?
Yes,
are you
we
worried
could.
about Jared Verse in that regard?
You worried about that?
I'm asking, are you worried about Jared Verse?
No, because I don't think the rest of the Browns' defensive linemen stink. And he didn't. Who did he play with that was a superstar there? He didn't play with Myles Garrett.
No.
Hey, boy, just made me think of another. Remember when we signed Gary Baxter before he blew out his knee? We thought he was going to be good
at the same time.
But he played in Baltimore with Chris McAllister, so it was fool's gold.
We just had Darius Garland. Right. And see what Darius Garland is. Darius Garland is super nice until it count for something. Like if you look at
Dylan Harper is a 6'6", 19-year-old
I would
guard
still
who was
do
the
it,
second overall pick.
I'm still with you, but G makes a fair point.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Just tripping.
What are we doing?
Open your eyes.
I mean, listen, this is coming from the same people who love Chet Holmgren until he played in the finals. Until he played
I'm cool on Chet Holmgren.
Now all of a sudden, see these basketball dudes, boy, you got to worry about the basketball. They love Mobley until they saw what it was. And then you're like, oh, well, he may be that. There's 5 or 6 players, 5 or 6 that's going to move the needle either way.
Yeah.
And you got one that's under the 5.
Yeah.
So now do you want to trade one that's under the 5 for the hope of somebody that's going to get into the 5?
Is Jalen Brunson now one of the 5?
Yes.
Yeah, he moved this. He moved himself
like
in
being
there.
in the 7.
But hold on. Yeah. But hold on. He's in the 5, but everybody else on their team has also moved up.
Yeah. That's
like Anunoby is moved up. Cat done moved up. Bridges. Yeah. All of them is playing like the best versions of themselves. Yeah. And if you get the best versions, then you got Jalen Brunson, who is now here because he got a boost.
He makes
I seen Wemby couldn't move on Mitchell Robinson on a couple plays. He had him locked up.
They were very physical with him.
Knicks are playing awesome. We got one more trade.
Yeah.
Then we'll take a break. Would you do this one? If Sam Presti, the king of NBA trades, called and offered Jalen Williams and Kason Wallace for Donovan Mitchell, would you say yes?
I don't know enough about Kason Wallace. Give me some deets on him.
10th overall pick a couple years ago, really good on-ball defender. I think he has more offensive game than he gets to show in OKC, but a really good. He's going to have to get a $30 million a year.
I need Isaiah Joe too.
Sure, if you want to throw Isaiah Joe in there, sure.
I need Isaiah Joe, and I want a pick.
You could probably get a pick.
See? Now we cooking. That's how you fleece somebody. You
like that.
I like fleece Asians. That's what I like.
Would you do this one as is, Mike? No?
I probably would.
You would?
I would. I probably would.
Why wouldn't you do?
He's very down on Donovan Mitchell.
No, I just think Jalen Williams is getting way undervalued in some of these because he was hurt this year.
Yeah.
And he went from being arguably the Thunder's best player on a team that won the championship. He scored
The
40.
best player?
Remember, SJ was not great in the finals, and Jalen Williams
Oh,
scored.
you mean in the series?
In the series, in the series. He had the 40-point game 6,
Yeah.
which they needed to end up winning the series, or maybe it was game 5. Had a bad year, was hurt. It was a hamstring injury. He just needed time and never fully got the time to recover. I think he's a top 15 guy in the league who's 24 years old and getting better. I would invest in Jalen Williams.
So do you think he could be a top 6 player at some point?
Yeah, I do.
Especially if he was the man on his team?
I do.
Then Mike's talked me into that one.
He's one of
Especially
those.
if we get Isaiah Joe in the first round.
Yeah.
But that's the pick. Put it on the board.
He's like a two-way wing. I mean, that's what you want. He's a guy like, and I think Mike talked about this last week. He is probably the best perimeter defender at his position when he's healthy in the NBA, and he can go get a bucket.
And how big is he?
6'6" with crazy long arms.
Y'all, I do want to let y'all know, Donovan Mitchell be flirting with 30 a game. I need y'all to understand that.
And I want to let you know.
It ain't 22.
And I want to let you know.
It's 30.
I don't think the Thunder would know. Honestly, I don't think the Thunder
Yeah, all
would.
right. Well,
And I want to let you know, Dylan Harper is going to turn into one of them ones. You tripping. Watch the game tonight.
can we make a team that goes 82-0? We'll talk.
We're going to do that next.
Yeah, we'll talk about that obsession coming up next
All right.
on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.
I'm going to have Dylan Harper in mind.